New laws that would allow authorities to detain anyone suspected of having coronavirus are expected to pass South Australia's Parliament today. Emily Burley joins us live now from the state's Parliament. Emily, the opposition says it will support this legislation.
That's right. We first heard about these proposed new laws late yesterday when the state's Liberal government said it would seek to change the Public Health Act in response to the threat of coronavirus. Now, the new laws would allow authorities to verbally issue detention orders for anyone at risk of spreading the disease. Instead of having to issue first cautions and written orders, detainees would have to stay in a place specified by authorities, whether that be home isolation, a hospital or a quarantine centre, and anyone who disobeys those orders would face fines or imprisonment. Now, the changes were recommended to the government by public health officials, and as you said, the opposition says it will back those experts.
It does represent a significant challenge for our medical system, and any proactive steps that can be taken to shore up the powers of the Chief Medical Officer are welcome and supported by the opposition. We want to work closely with the government in the preparations for coronavirus and its potential arrival in a more substantial way on our shores. We want to work with the government on this. We'll be willing to support their legislation in an expedited way through the Parliament as quick as possible. I think this is a classic example of where we've got to see our political leaders working together rather than against each other.
Now, health officials say they don't expect to have to use these new laws very often, and that most people who are asked to self-isolate are willing to do so, but they say for people who won't, they can't afford to take any risks. Now, South Australian Police have been briefed on these proposed new laws. Both health officials and police will be able to issue those verbal detention orders, and police and private security will be able to carry them out. Now, the laws won't just apply to people who have coronavirus, but people who are suspected of carrying the disease, or anyone who may have had contact with someone suspected of carrying the disease, such as family members or passengers on a plane. And the laws aren't specific to coronavirus, so they could be used for other outbreaks in the future. But as we said, the expedited amendment is expected to pass Parliament today with the support of both major parties. Parliament getting underway in just a couple of minutes' time.